Morning, everybody. It's March 5th. Thanks for joining me. I got to go to work today, but I wanted to put together a little video. Basically, some inspiration over the last couple days where I found I follow a few people that sort of believe in what I believe, and specifically one video I saw this morning. Her channel is Carnivore's Angel. Her name's Amy, and she almost sums. She has this talk today and sums up almost exactly how I feel. And so it inspired me to do this talk right now. I'm going to try and keep it short. This is food for thought. So we're going to think. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do all the time. And first and foremost, I just want to say that, I'm trying to come across as off, like just naturally as possible. I'm not trying to edit anything. I'm not trying to bombard you with a bunch of science that is trying to prove this way or that way. We are questioning everything. Everything they ever said, we're going to question it. And you can agree with me or disagree. You can believe people or not believe people. You can believe me or not believe me. All I can do is share my experience and what I've gathered and put together from the research I've done. And the more and more, getting back to Amy's video, trying to inject some logic and reason, and things start popping out. Things start not fitting. So, when you get these, believing everything you hear from sources that are out to make money, for one, is flawed right away. What do you think they want to do? They want to make money. Now, when I'm encouraging you to try and find your way, there is a lot of ways to get there, but that's a journey that you're going to have to make. And my offer is to help you try and find your way. I have a very strong bias because I believe the way I'm feeling and what's led me to the place I'm in right now has been amazing, and it's hard to describe how clarity feels, how optimal energy feels, and how these things, all I can reference is when I wasn't sleeping. I didn't realize how horrible it was till you actually are sleeping well. When you're feeling well, it's hard to say how badly I felt in the past when I didn't feel like this. So just telling you that you're going to feel better is it's easy, but it's a journey, and it's something that you're going to have to figure out along the way. And another person that I saw talk last night, it is Dr. Ken Berry. He believes in the proper human diet. Now that's, he has his opinion and his bias. He's a clinical physician, 20 years, family practice. He has a different opinion to most GPs out there. Is he right? I would argue he is, because he's trying to find the proper human diet. He's not trying to join a camp or tell you to be this way or that way. He's sharing his view on how he feels. And it's funny how people try and push a camp or push an agenda or for the glory or something. I'm more encouraging you to think for yourself. Be skeptical when something is driven by financial agendas or business. And, when we look at this, why would they want you to fast? Fasting, for instance, is free. There is no money involved. Why would a company want you to fast and not consume their products? Just think about that. Very simple. Now, whether you go into a fasting protocol, whether you believe one way or the other. Whether you skip a meal or you're a monk fast, there's a bunch of stuff out there. But the funny thing is since I've started eating this way, and I'm like Amy said it great. Like I started basically with learning about keto and started keto, started feeling a little better, and then started down that road of learning why was I feeling better? What was the possibilities? And once once you open up to this new idea, it's very hard to take because have we been lied to? It's possible. Have we been told wrong things by good intended people? It's possible. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you how to live. I don't want you to live like me. I would love it if you felt like I feel right now, which is, amazing. I wake up in the morning and I've never had this in my life. I'm 46 years old where I can just get out of bed and get productive. Now I'm going to work. I'm recording a video. I've had my 2% of plant matter, which is coffee. And, I watched an inspiring, it's hard because I'm alone, where there's not too many people that feel the same way I do. And I'm trying to encourage people to figure it out for themselves in a way that doesn't do any harm, that, just put it on the table and see which road you go down and which road. And it's just be very, very careful about nothing being definite. I don't even know if that makes sense, but you don't want to be absolute. This is a journey. We don't know what optimal is. And, Amy's talk today, goes into details about studies and stuff. And she seems to me like a very, very rational, logical person that has done some healing and is inspired. And that should inspire you to do the same thing. And it's a journey. Can I help you? I would love to. I would love to try and help you figure out your puzzle. And what works? I don't know what is best for you. I've just heard things, learned things, and discovered things along the way for me. Now, getting back to Dr. Canberry's wife, I believe she's a nurse, but she just posted a video, and I'll put the links below to Amy's video, Carnivore's Angel, the channel. Check it out. She's amazing. And I've seen a couple of her recipes too, which are great. And, she's got my support 100%. And it's nice to know. I commented on her video and she got back to me right away. And it's nice to know that we're not alone because, people are out there that, they almost, to this point in time and to this society right now, if you're counterculture, you almost get chastised and ridiculed to the point where you feel like you're not making sense. And I'm going to urge you to use your logic, due diligence, right? They can't study 2,000 of me's. So already studies can be flawed, especially in the nutrition space. I mean, I think I've said this before, but you take variables, they have to be the same. And then you take variables and then genetics, they have to be the same. In order to have a perfect result, you need a perfect structure. Almost impossible to do. All we can do is best guess. And that opens up the avenues that things could be wrong. And causation is not correlation. Correlation is not causation. That is how our nutritional information has been brought to us for decades. So right there, isn't that possible that things could be misinterpreted? It's possible. And all I'm doing is I want to open up your eyes to the possibility that we might have been going down the wrong path. And everybody's path can't be the same. And I'm urging you to question things. Just because they tell you something, that doesn't make it true. And nobody can tell me how I'm feeling. Nobody can tell me how I'm feeling is wrong, because I will defend that ferociously. Now, 46 years old, in the best physical shape of my life, you know, I heal so fast. I'm sleeping and acting like a human or feeling like a human being for the first time in almost in my life since I was a kid. How can that be wrong? Now, is it possible that I'm destroying my body from the inside out? It's possible, I guess. But you know, when you look at things and listen to people that say the best predictor of your future health is how you're feeling right now, I would argue to say that I'm on the right track. And there's ways to do things out there. There's ways, and I do believe, yes, I do believe meat is a valuable, precious, nutritious. You should be eating meat. That's my opinion, and people can be all over me for it, but I'm not going to change that because I've seen what happens. And I'll tell you what: when you see your mother get fixed and she heals because you encouraged her to eat red meat and liver and got her life back, that's very powerful. So I will argue from a personal standpoint till I'm blue in the face. You know, and I have talks with people all the time, and I don't 100% push a complete carnivore diet on them. Is there times when I think they should? Yes, of course there is. But, you know, you got to work with your life, and you have to come around on your own. And I'm here to be an ambassador for you, to find your way. Don't be surprised and don't be naive when something that we have thought was valuable and good for us may not be that. It might just be hurting you slowly. It's possible. Medicine affects us right away. Medicine is molecules. Drugs are molecules. Molecules have side effects. Is it possible that there are some things that we consume outside of the medical industry that have side effects? Right there. That's logic. That makes sense. It's possible. So don't limit yourself to somebody else's ideology or somebody else's religion. I urge you to challenge my opinion. Think about it. In nature, fat and protein come together in nature. So any predator on the planet that eats meat gets fat and protein together. Carbohydrates are not essential. We do not need them to live, to function. That right there makes sense to me. So should you be getting your nutrition from a carbohydrate-dense thing that also has protein, minimal fat? Or would you look at the more natural sense and consume the energy with the protein? We've talked about that before. So, you know, there's definitely an argument there. Can we survive on it? Possibly. Can we thrive on it? I would argue not. Is it optimal? I would also argue not. But that's why people are there to challenge you. And I would just be very, very weary about people finger pointing and saying that there's one way. There might be one way for them, but that might not be your way. And we have to watch propaganda. We have to watch financial driven agendas because they are not out on your side. I'm going to put a link down below to Amy's channel. And I encourage you to listen to her talk that she had today. Because you know what? We are strong. There are people out there that have the same belief. Now, whether you believe you should include fruits and honey, one side, should you be keto, blah, 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 vegan, vegetarian, paleo, don't limit yourself to a camp. Start trying to figure it out for yourself. And you will get there to the place that works. And depending on the severity of your condition is the severity and the effort that you have to put in. Some people have great genetics. It's just life. Some people do not. And some people, they just haven't found out what's ailing them yet. And that could be plants. You know, there are people that probably don't don't do well with certain meat and fish, that there's so many variables out there. You got to do it for yourself. So I'm urging you, question everything. Use logic. Take a step back and think about everything. Just because something goes down easy doesn't mean it's doing good things down inside. Okay? Everybody, thank you for starting this channel with me. We're going to get there. I'm going to try not to get it produced. I thought about it, and I think these talks are just going to come from my head. No scripting. I might write a few things down, but I just want you to know that this is coming from my heart, and this is personal. And it's not out to hurt or challenge anybody. This is not medical advice. This is not a doctor. I'm not trying to diagnose you. I'm just trying to show you another side of and how I got here to why I think this way and feel this way. So thanks for subscribing. Please hit that thumbs up button. It helps, and we're going to get our message out. And Amy, thank you very much for your talk today. You were inspiring. Hopefully you see this, and we'll keep our message together because that was phenomenal. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day. Stay strong.